Hi, I'm coming to you live from the European Institute of Awesomeness right here in sunny Oxford, England. Now, some of you may not know me, so I'm just going to go ahead and introduce myself. I'm the High Chief sitting still, and I'm a member of Fanfest's illustrious First Family. You may see me hanging around with other First Family members at this year's Fanfest, such as Bobby R. Yates, Garvin Stomp, Superstar Mixmaster, many others. But not that low-down Bruno god, which is good for me, and even better for all the women that will be in attendance this year. But I tell you something, you may ask, why am I putting videos in YouTube? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You see, we're 1 week away, 7 days away. And that's right, 7 days right from this very second. We'll all be sitting there at that Q&A watching Holly Racer and Ric Flair talk about history. They had history 25 and a half years ago at Starrcade 83. The event, which is the focal point of so much which brings us together every year. And I want to tell you a little story, see. And it's appropriate that I'm sitting on this $1,800 leather couch, sitting in this luxury of my palatial mansion here at the Institute of Awesomeness. But I tell you this story. See, a couple of months ago, NWA power broker Bob Trowbridge personally called me and he said, "Chief, you missed out on FanFest last year. You had to travel a different road, I understand." But he said, please, Chief, we gotta get you back. The NWA FanFest in Charlotte is the flagship of the NWA. The promotion doesn't mean anything. It's just this one event in Charlotte every year that keeps the name alive, that keeps the legacy alive, that keeps the drama, the passion, the athleticism alive. But then, I got a call back from the big poobah himself, Greg Price, a.k.a. Hardcore Heroes, the promoter of FanFest, the visionary, the wrestling genius. And he said, "Hey, Chief, don't worry about Bob Trowbridge. Don't worry about rooms. Don't worry about airlines. Don't worry about travel arrangements." He said, "Chief, just make sure you're there, because this year in Charlotte, it's going to be the best one ever. It'll be a shame for you to miss it." So I thought about that, and that covers a lot of ground with Greg Price, because he is by far put on in previous years the greatest events in wrestling history, and the greatest events in the wrestling convention medium in history. So I said, "You know what, Greg? Your word holds credence with the High Chief. So I'll get on that plane at my own expense. I'll max out one of my many gold level credit cards." Gold, I mean platinum, of course. And I said, "Greg Price, I'm going to be at FanFest. And you know something, Greg Price? When I'm chowing down on that Price's fried chicken or that barbecue from across the road at Smoky Bones, I don't want to think at any point, that Greg Price, he had me. He said he was going to bet on the best event, and he did." Well, it turns out the joke was on me, because this is going to be the best FanFest ever. The lineup speaks for itself. Think of the honor, think of the history. You've got Bob Caudle, you've got Lance Russell, you've got Dave Brown, you've got Jerry Jarrett, you've got Cowboy Bill Watts, you've got Mark Lewin the Maniac, you've got Nature Boy Ric Flair. And I just want to say, thank you, Greg Price. Thank you. Because what you've done this year is you've done something exceptional. With even the high standards that you set in the past, you blew them right out of the water. Just like Jim Crockett Promotions did when they held the first Starrcade over 25 years ago. So, in short, 1 week from now, Blackjack Mulligan, it doesn't matter if he's not going to be there, because you still need to get Mama from the kitchen. Because 1 week from now, it's going to be the greatest FanFest ever. And Greg Price, you make sure you've got everything in order. You make sure you've got all the arrangements in order. Because in 1 week, for the promoters, the organizers, the staff, and the fans, and the legends, it's not going to let up for 4 solid days of the greatest wrestling that you've ever had in your life. Be there, August 6th, the NWA FanFest in Charlotte.